Welcome back. To check your 401ks, the Dow closed at a record high again today. CBS put out a new report, though. It looked into President Trump's money managers' investments for him in the first quarter. Look at those stocks that they're picking there for Trump. So he's reporting a range of $212 million to $695 million in investment account trades in the first quarter. CBS says this is an unprecedented sum for a sitting president. Looks like his outside pros are making smart bets in tech giants and popular ETFs. Let's bring in Kingsview Asset Management partner. Look who's here. Wall Street Pro, Scott Martin. So, Scott, What do you make of this? Because CBS is saying ethics experts, Democrats in Congress criticize this. But we're seeing smart plays in stocks practically everyone else owns, like Microsoft, Amazon, Meta. One pro said to CBS they're doing these trades to lower his tax bill. He's being transparent about it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it seems kind of boring, doesn't it? A few thousand trades in a quarter in this kind of market seems kind of par for the course, doesn't he, Mac? I mean, you and I could do that on a weekend. Look, Trump doesn't have control over this account, so that's one thing. He doesn't know these trades going into them. The second thing is, it probably is anti-tax, by the way, EMAC, because there's so many trades over and over again. My guess is there's some tax non-harvesting in there somewhere. I mean, we do a lot of trades for our clients as well when needed, and those tend to be in advance of some tax considerations. The last thing I'll tell you is this. Pull up some of the trades he did. Look at Eli Lilly. Look at NVIDIA. Microsoft, one of the busy ones on that list. If you look at it, boys and girls, they sold those stocks at some of the lows in March, thank you very much, and bought them at higher prices in February, for example. So if you look at the chart of when they bought and sold the stuff, if he's cheating ahead of this, news or whatever they're saying he did, Elizabeth Warren called him out on that, he's not a very good cheater because he was buying and selling at the exact wrong times.
So we hear you loud and clear. CBS also reported the Trump Organization said neither the president nor his family have any say or influence over his portfolio. It's managed by, quote, independent third-party investment managers. But Scott, to your point, there was a House Financial Services hearing earlier this month where Democrat Senator Elizabeth Warren attacked Trump. Secretary Bessent, though, basically fired back. Watch this.
A couple of things, Senator. One, President Trump is not sitting in the Oval Office engaging in a high-frequency trading strategy. Clearly, he had an outside manager who was doing that, and I think it's incumbent upon both houses of Congress to get their house in order before you move to the administrative branch.
What's your reaction to what you heard from Secretary Scott Bessent there?
I think it's great. I mean, you can tell Elizabeth Warren was already kind of shocked that he brought that up and wanted to defend it immediately, which means she's probably guilty. I mean, how about Elizabeth Warren's one of her best friends, Nancy Pelosi? Have you seen her stock trading? The beauty about some of the Democrats, especially in Congress, and some of the Republicans too, EMAC, look at the stuff that those guys and gals have been trading. They are trading stuff that you and I own, EMAC. They're not trading Microsoft. They're not trading Amazon. They're not trading Uber. They're trading all these weird companies that nobody's ever heard of that were soon to get approved by some bill or soon to get some favoritism by something that was going through Congress, being that the Democrats were trading ahead of those news pieces. So therefore, they were the ones that were more in danger, I think, than what Trump was doing here.
I mean, Paul Pelosi is doing options trading, which is the future direction of a stock, ahead of a bill that could have been passed. Who knows?
With little money at risk, too. So he's risking little money to make a big payoff, which he did.
That's interesting. Scott Martin, you're so smart. We want you to come back on the show. It's good to see you. Now listen.